Welcome to the channel. I'm Jamie D. This is Cars and Guitars. I've made this channel with one thing in mind, and that's to really share my skill set that I've developed over the years with playing the instrument, setting it up. I have a 1991 Fender American Standard Stratocaster. Found this on eBay. It was floating around for a while. Wasn't sure what I was getting into with this one, to be honest. The pictures weren't great, the seller communication wasn't great, the price was right, and it's a good year. First impressions picking it up, it's an extremely heavy Strat. This is probably going to be a really stable instrument. What you see is what you get with this type of guitar. I have not done a setup. I haven't even tuned the thing, to be completely honest with you. We're going to do a sound off, get a baseline test of the instrument in a minute, see what it sounds like. First impressions playing through it, the action's pretty moderate. It's a little on the high side, nothing I can't fix because that's not my preference. The weight, I'm thinking this is probably one of the, it's not rare, but it's a more scarce alder body. It's from 85 to mid to late 90s. You weren't really seeing on Strats, it was all pine. It does have the maple fretboard. It has roller trees up top, which may or may not have come with this. I'm not quite sure, because this is not a Strat Plus. A Strat Plus would have had upgraded bridge. It would have had the lace sensing pickups like Clapton used in the early 90s and late 80s. It's actually a Callahan tremolo, which also contributes to the weight and kind of the meatiness and how substantial this guitar feels. It does have a tilt neck, which is nice. We'll get into that when we go to set it up. Tilt necks basically give you a little bit of extra leverage when you're going to, instead of shimming the neck, putting a shim in there to actually adjust and compensate for any kind of neck relief that you're trying to achieve. This has some nice natural wear in the thin spots, like on a car almost, where you would have the thinnest part of the paint around the corners. The contour of the body, that's just from playing. It's definitely not from inactivity. This thing wasn't put away and not played. The neck looks excellent. There's a couple spots in it at the top, you know, somebody knocking into it or whatever. But in terms of the body lines, scratches, things like that, the pick guard's pretty well worn, but we'll be able to give that a polish as well. I've got some stuff that will work, some compounds, and maybe put a wax on it as well. Other than that, I'm excited to play it. Let's do a sound off, let's get a bass line on this thing, and then we can take it from there. And I think the amplifier we're going to use is a 65 Deluxe reissue that should pair really, really nicely. So we'll try it. Well, everything went well other than breaking my brand new lavalier microphone from walking away from the computer. But guitar plays real well out of the box. The setup's okay. We found the limitation of the strings that have probably been on for a while. Couple things with it that I noticed off the bat. The action's set up a little bit lower than I had originally felt. The relief looks pretty good in the neck, meaning the string distance from the fretboard at approximately halfway down the neck in this area, the fifth position or so. One miscalibration with the guitar and adjustment we're going to have to make is that the pickup height needs to be adjusted, especially around the middle to the bridge pickup. You'll notice if I play something in the middle position here, same volume, if I just hit that on the bridge pickup, listen how much louder it is. And it's not just a tonal change, it's the actual intensity of the volume. So that's a very easy adjustment. We don't make that adjustment until we adjust the height of the strings. And we don't make that adjustment until we play with the relief of the neck. So it's kind of a cascading effect. This is why people get good money for setting up guitars, just because they have the knowledge base to be able to do that. And preferably they're able to play the instrument pretty well, pretty proficiently. So without further ado, we're going to get into a setup with this, and we'll take it from there.